Someone asked the question, what is the most important meal of the day? And traditionally, we have all been told that the most important meal of the day would be breakfast. Let's just assume that it is. When you begin your breakfast or your meal of the day, starting out your morning, as it were, the most important thing to bear in mind is, as I've stated many times, and that is nutrition. That question should be asked not only when you're about to have your breakfast meal for the day, but if you have lunch and dinner and even anything in between those meals. So nutrition is optimal. It is of the utmost importance because, ladies and gentlemen, without nutrition, you suffer physically. You are going to become ill. You are going to become diseased. You're going to receive cancer, amongst other things. You must eat food. Now, the best definition for food I've given to you before as well. Food's purpose, ladies and gentlemen, is to help prolong your life while building and repairing your body's tissues, organs, skin, bones, cells, and so forth. That is the purpose of food, to give you energy, to rejuvenate you, so that you continue to live a healthy, wholesome, and hopefully active life for as long as you possibly can. And when you compromise that food by replacing it, especially the majority of real food, when you replace it with junk food. Junk food is anything that has no nutrition. Or junk food is also anything that causes an adverse reaction when consumed inside your body. So it creates inflammation, it creates basically a hostile environment because you have trans fats, you have toxins that you are adding to your body voluntarily, sometimes unknowingly, but you are adding these toxins and these chemicals to your body, and it's not good for you, notwithstanding the fact that we're receiving them in our very environment. You know, it rains chemicals on us, especially when you have pollutants and chemicals and chemtrails in the air. When it rains, that's not 100% pure air, just depending on where you are on planet Earth. But the things that you can control, you should. If you don't control those aspects of your life that prolong your life, then it's going to take over you and it's going to control you. But it's not going to be in a positive respect. It's going to be by way of disease and cancer. And then you're going to end up shortening your life here on Earth. So, getting back to the original premise of this video, what is the most important meal of the day? That which contains nutrition. Despite and irrespective of how we have all been taught, we have all been raised, we have all been accustomed eating certain foods for breakfast, especially starting your meal for the day, especially if you're doing it in the morning, when you're combining eggs and meat and biscuits and pancakes and syrups and all of these types of things, especially also when you're adding fruit to your animal protein. These things, my friends, do not fare well in your stomach. They become putrefied because they cannot move from the stomach in a timely fashion. I'm going to say this again. You have two major openings in your body: your mouth and your rectum. When you eat, you put food in your mouth, goes down your esophagus into your stomach, your small intestine, your large intestine, and then out of the lower part of your colon and the rectum. So it is one continuous ride from inside the mouth and out the rectum. You are not supposed to have food get caught up inside your digestive tract. It's not supposed to happen. When that happens, that food stays within your body too long. It becomes, as I said, rotten. It becomes putrefied. Then your body begins to build up toxins, gases, acid in alarming rates. And that is where you get your allergies from. That is where you get your leaky gut from. You get your bowel issues, is what I'm getting at. All of these problems come as a result of you improperly combining foods and you're eating the wrong foods, period. So, me personally, I'm not telling you to do it, but I'm just telling you these things that I'm saying to you in this particular video. I want you to do your own research. I have found in my lifetime that when you're giving information to people and they keep saying, well, give me the answer to this, give me the answer to that. When you keep giving answers and all of these specific answers that people really need to know, they end up not doing it, not following it, your advice, your suggestions, your information at all. It is only when you give them just enough information, general information, some specifics, it is better to give it to them that way. That way you also encourage them to study for themselves. And when you study for yourself and you do your own research, then you are convinced and you are convicted for yourself. But when someone gives you information and you're not going to follow it, you have wasted that individual's time. Okay? So I have no problem, no issue whatsoever giving anyone information that's listening to my videos and watching. However, make sure that you become a soldier for your own health, for your own well-being and that of your families by doing your own due diligence and your own study as well. And don't just go to one individual as a reference. Go ahead and look at several people's information on the same subject, and then you see a pattern. If it makes sense to you, if it's logical, if it's scientifically sound, then chances are it's true. Okay? That's really it, and that's all. So I was going to say that when I start my mornings out, what I do is I make a green drink every single morning. There are some things that I do prior to the green drink, but in terms of a meal, I typically don't eat biscuits and pancakes and sausages and things like that in the morning. I don't do that. I want to receive nutrition just like that. And when it's in the form of liquid, it absorbs and assimilates in your body rapidly because it's already pre-digested. Okay, so my particular green drink, even though I modify it from time to time, consists of spirulina, chlorella, turmeric powder, moringa, a dash of pepper to help the turmeric become bioavailable in your system, because it's hard for your body to absorb turmeric completely. Also the chlorella should be cracked. You can look it up in your leisure. And I also have a piece of onion, sometimes a piece of garlic, about a tenth or a half a teaspoon sometimes of cayenne pepper, which is good for circulation, and it's a good blood thinner, and it's great for your heart. It keeps things moving. And I add half a teaspoon of ginger. I do that as well. So this is my meal, and the liquid that I typically use would be 8 ounces of water, purified clean water, that is, not faucet water. And if I don't do that, I'll do half a fruit juice and the other half water. That's what I do in the morning, every single morning without fail. That's my nutrition, because I have my protein, I have my vitamins, and I have my minerals contained therein. And there's other things that you can do, but this is what my particular morning routine is, or one aspect of my morning routine. Okay, this is Brother Teacher, and if you have any questions concerning this and what your meal should be, or some suggestions on what you can have for a meal, really be creative. You really should. As I said before, we need to start doing for self and stop depending completely on people like me, you know, on the internet or YouTube and so forth. All right, y'all loves you, I love you, and I'll see you in the next video. So long.